Hare Krishna Gurudev, Dandavat Pranams.
Guruved Gaura Chandra Radhika Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Sri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Sri Krishna Lila Katane Sudaksham Audārya Madhurya Gunaisya Yuktam Varam Varenyam Purusham Mahantam Narayanam Samsirasa Namam Sridandi Nam Bhakta Shiromani Sri Krishna Pada Vyabhudaika Vridi Chaitanya Lila Amrita Sara Saram Narayanam Satatam Prapati Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Sri Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare. First of all, let me offer healings of every day. To honor the Guru Varga, Nama Nishta Santan. All past present is a Vaishnava Patavada. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya cha patitanam pavanebhyo namo namo. Oh, 8th of December. Now Kartik is over. 8th December is Utpanna Ekadasi. Then 10th December is Srila Sarang Thakur disappeared day. Then 18th December is Jagannath Udan Sashti. Day. Then 23rd December is Gita Jayanti. And then Mokshada Ekadasi. Srisparsha Mahadvasi Upvasa. So that day, today I made a sankalp. Print 1,000 Bhagavad Gita books for that occasion. 23rd. Just the slokas in Kannada language, yeah. Then 5th of January is Gurudev's disappearance day. 7th January is called. 15th January is Makara Sankranti. So, so 20th March is now the Parikrama begins first day. 20th March. Then 25th March is Gaur Purnima. Gaur Jayanti Vrata Upvasa. So, Now there were many questions came out when I was in Vrindavan. So it's amazing. Anyway, for that, I thought we'll go through this Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Bhakti Tattva Vivek. So, Bhakti Tattva Vivek is Bhakti Tattva Vivek. Now, the truth about Bhakti, understanding some deliberations on that. Because it is very necessary, because ordinary person, or you might have thought, oh, this is also Bhakti, that is Bhakti, this is Bhakti. For that is a very nice explanation by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So, so in his Mangalacharana, it says, I offer pranama unto Sri Krishna Chaitanya, who is naturally manifest with the Panchatattva, five, and in whom the contrasting qualities of unity, abheda, and distinction, bheda, simultaneously exist. Unity and difference simultaneously exist. After offering pranam unto the servants of Gaurachandra, who are all pure Vaishnavas, I undertake with utmost care the writing of this book known as Bhakti Tattva Viveka. Being an insignificant and destitute servant of all the Vaishnavas in the world, Vishwa Vaishnava Dasa. In this endeavor of mine, I appeal for their divine forgiveness, for that is my only strength. Bhakti no stop. Asking forgiveness from everybody. So, and that is his only strength. So, this is amazing. That's why our mood is always should be ask forgiveness, for the divine forgiveness. So when they forgive, they are also blessing, But first we have to ask for forgiveness. Then they will bless, okay. This is the thing. In the material world, you ask for forgiveness, they will probably, they might become even more hotter, right? But still, it's what happens is, this is the thing I have noticed. In the material world, ask for forgiveness. They may not forgive or they think it is our weakness. Let them think like that. But later on, when they go back, when the things settle down, they say, that person asked for forgiveness. It will hit them. Understand? They will become soft. There will be little progress. Thinking that incident is there. So that will create, it can create a U-turn in their lifetime, in their life process. So, most respectable Vaishnavas, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, our sole objective is to relish and propagate the nectar of Shuddha Bhakti unto Lord Hari. To relish and propagate. We should not think that, we will propagate and then forget about, we relish material things and propagate bhakti. That's not possible. To the extent we taste bhakti, to that extent we can. Therefore, our foremost duty is to understand the true nature of Shuddha Bhakti. This understanding will benefit us in two ways. Okay, what is one? Knowing the true nature of Shuddha Bhakti will dispel our ignorance concerning the topic of Bhakti and thus make our human life successful by allowing us to relish the nectar derived from engaging in Shuddha Bhakti in its pure form. Second one, what is that? It will enable us to protect ourselves from the polluted and mixed conceptions which currently exist in the name of Shuddha Bhakti. There are so many Bhakti, but big people, don't want to say very big, famous, big parties, everybody goes there, but he says Ekasi, not necessary. But then Radharani herself is doing it. Radharani herself is telling gopis, the special gopis, like we told you, Yajna Sita gopis from the time of Ram, Lord Ram made the golden deities of Sita. They all took birth as gopis, and for them she was preaching. They were asking how to become very dear to Krishna. Only way is to follow Ekadasi. And Radharani herself describing complete detail, what is Ekadasi, When that is the case, if you say no, it is not necessary, you can imagine. So these are the few things. But if you go by followers, millions of people follow, and establishment, that, look like it's a pure devotee top. Oof, they fall for these external things. But so this is what. That's why we should know what Shuddha Bhakti, true nature. Then we can relish it, and also we can be protected from getting trapped. So, unfortunately, in present day society, in the name of Shuddha Bhakti, various types of mixed devotion, such as Karma Mishra, mixed with fruitive action, mixed with speculative knowledge, Jnana Mishra, Yoga Mishra, mixed with various types of yoga process, as well as various polluted and imaginary conceptions are spreading everywhere, like germs of plague. People in general consider these polluted and mixed conceptions to be bhakti, respect them as such, and thus remain deprived of Shuddha Bhakti. Maybe many of us were also in the same way. Oh yeah, there is also Bhakti, there is also Bhakti. When you really don't, it's like when you really don't know what is true gold, right? You see any duplicate gold, yes, it is also gold. So like that. So we will be duped. So these polluted and mixed concepts are our greatest enemies. Okay. Some people say that there is no value in bhakti. That God is an imaginary sentiment. That man has merely created the image of a God in his imagination. And that bhakti is just a diseased state of consciousness, which cannot benefit us in any way. How many people are there? Oh, became a devotee, oh, finished. They will cry, actually benefiting the whole world. Not only his family, not only himself, whole family, whole world, is uplifting. These types of people, though opposed to bhakti, cannot do much harm to us. Hey, आप शुरू करो. आप कर दो, हम लेट हो गए. कर सकते हैं ना, कोई दिक्कत नहीं। हाँ, बट सावधान थोड़े आग से। हाँ हाँ, थोड़ी। और ये डालने से तो ऐसा दूर से डालो। हाँ, ऐसा सावधान। हाँ, अरे। So these types of people, though opposed to bhakti, cannot do much harm to us. Who say there is no bhakti, there is no God, bhakti is like that. There is not much harm from them because we can easily recognize them and avoid them. But those who propagate that Bhagavad Bhakti is the highest dharma, yet behave against the principles of Shuddha Bhakti and also instruct others against the principles of Shuddha Bhakti can be especially harmful to us. Like the example I was giving, big bhakti, all that they talk, but no need of Ekadasi. You know. So no need of being diligent about the food what you take. Anything is okay, but they still take Shuddha Bhakti. So these are the very difficult, very in the name of Shuddha Bhakti. It's like I was like other day we were talking in the mirror. You show B, it becomes ulta. Easy to recognize. Suppose you show A, reflection is also A. That is tough, very difficult. Which one? You know, you know, symmetry. So something like that. In the name of bhakti, they instruct us against actual principles of bhakti and ultimately lead us onto a path which is totally opposed to Bhagavad Bhakti. Therefore, with great endeavor, our previous acharyas have defined the swarupa or intrinsic nature of bhakti and have repeatedly cautioned us to keep ourselves away from polluted and mixed concepts. So, we shall deliberate on their instructions in sequence. So, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is quoting Goswami's Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Anya vilasisa shunyam jnana karma anavrutam anukulena anukrishna anusilanam bhakti ruttamam. The cultivation of activities which are meant exclusively for the pleasure of Sri Krishna, or in other words, the uninterrupted flow of service to Sri Krishna, uninterrupted flow of service to Sri Krishna, performed through all endeavors of the body, mind and speech, and through the expressions of various spiritual sentiments, bhavas, which is not covered by jnana, knowledge aimed at impersonal liberation, karma, rewards seeking activity, and which is devoid of all desires other than the aspiration to bring happiness to Sri Krishna, is called Uttama Bhakti, pure devotional service. Should be uninterrupted service to, flow of service to Sri Krishna. Now, see, in either way, we are either doing that or directly or indirectly to the service of Sri Krishna. Now, if you don't do to Krishna, it will be to the Maya. Okay. But we think we are doing ourselves, and actually it is not. It is Maya making it us instead of you and yours. If it becomes I and mine, get it? Any activities you do, it will be I or mine, or you and yours. Right? You meaning Krishna. Oh, Krishna, it is you, or yours. Everything is yours. Or, oh, it is mine, or it is mine. There is no in between. So, in either case, so that's why it's a transformation from I and mind to you and yours. Um, in each, in this above verse, each and every word has to be analyzed. Our Gurudev talked about this sloka for million times. I think. So important to the extent we understand. What is the meaning of words Uttama Bhakti or the topmost devotion? Uttama Bhakti says. So that means it implies the existence of inferior Bhakti, is it not? When we say Uttama Bhakti, oh, there must be lower, inferior Bhakti also. Or is it something else? So, Uttama Bhakti means, topmost Bhakti means, topmost devotion means stage where the devotional creeper is in its completely pure or uncontaminated form. For example, we say, uncontaminated water means pure water, meaning that in this water there is no color, smell, adulteration of any kind caused by addition of another substance. Then we give, please give water, pure water, right? We insist, right? So that means there is no adulteration or anything. Similarly, the phrase Uttama Bhakti refers to Bhakti which is devoid of any contamination, adulteration, or attachment to material possessions, and which is performed in an exclusive manner. So it also teaches us we should not accept any sentiments which are opposed to Bhakti. The negation of sentiments which are opposed to Bhakti inevitably directs us toward the pure nature of Bhakti itself. Negation of sentiments which are opposed to Bhakti inevitably directs us toward the pure nature of Bhakti itself. Whereas by merely using the word Bhakti alone, this meaning is not alone indicated. Since the word Bhakti really contains within it all these adjectives anyway. Then as Bhakti Rasacharya Srila Rupa Goswami specifically employed the qualifying adjectives, Uttama, for no reason. No? Just as when desiring to drink water, people generally ask, is this water uncontaminated? Similarly, in order to describe the attributes of Uttama Bhakti, our previous acharyas considered it necessary to indicate that people mostly practice Mishra Bhakti or mixed devotion. But in our Rasacharya, Rupa Goswami is trying to describe exclusive devotion, Kevala Bhakti. Chala Bhakti, Pratibimba Bhakti, Chaya Bhakti, shadow of devotion, Karma Mishra Bhakti, Jnana Mishra Bhakti, are not Shuddha Bhakti. So they will be, we will discuss that later on. So what are the Swarupa Lakshana, or intrinsic attributes of Bhakti? Intrinsic nature. Swarupa. Anukulena Krishnanushilana. The cultivation of activities which are meant exclusively for the pleasure of Sri Krishna. For the pleasure of Sri Krishna. So Jiva Goswami in his commentary says, Anushilana has two meanings. First, it means cultivation through the endeavors to engage and disengage one's body, mind, and words. It means cultivation toward the object of our affection through manasi bhava, sentiments of the heart and mind. So, the verbal root bhakti is coming from bhaj, means to render service. Therefore, thoughtful sadhaka should engage in the service of Sri Krishna with great endeavor. For it is only by such service that bhakti is born. Krishnanushīlanam is in that word. That Swayam Bhagavan, Sri Krishna, Swayam Bhagavan, Krishna himself. He is the sole ultimate objective indicated by the term Kevala Bhakti. Now the word Bhakti is also used for Narayan and various other expansions of Krishna. But the complete sentiments of Bhakti, which can be reciprocated with Krishna, cannot be reciprocated with other forms. Lord, Rama, Narsingadev, Vamna, any of this. Krishna completely all this. This point can be analyzed in detail in another occasion. For the time being, it is necessary to understand that Bhagavad Tattva is only object of bhakti. Although the supreme absolute truth is one, absolute truth one, Ekameva Paramatatvam, Ekam Advitiyam. It is manifested in three forms, that is Brahma Tattva, Paramatma Tattva, Bhagavad Tattva. Those who try to perceive the absolute truth through the cultivation of jnana cannot realize anything beyond Brahma Tattva. You go jnana knowledge, you go up to Brahma Tattva. So through such spiritual endeavor, they try to cross material existence by negation of the qualities of the material world. Not this, not this, not this, neti. Thus they imagine Brahma to be inconceivable, unmanifest, formless, and immutable. But merely imagining the absence of material qualities does not grant one factual realization of the absolute truth. Such spiritualists think that because the names, forms, qualities, activities in the material world are all temporary and painful. You can see name form, temporary and painful. The Brahma which exists beyond the contamination of matter, they think it cannot possess any eternal names, forms, qualities, and pastimes, so on. They argue on the basis of evidence from the Shrutis, which emphasize the absence of material attributes in the Supreme. That the absolute truth is beyond the purview of mind and words, and that it has no ears, bodily parts, limbs, and so on. These arguments have some place, but they can be settled by analyzing the statement of Advaita Acharya found in Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka, where he says, Ya ya Shrutir Jalpati Nirvishesham Savidate Savishesham Yeva Vichara Yoge Sati Antatasham Rayo Baliya Savishesham Eva. That means wherever whatever statement from the Shruti where the impersonal tattva is indicated, in the same very statements, personal tattva is also mentioned. By carefully analyzing all the statements from the Shrutis as a whole, we can see that the personal tattva is emphasized more. No? For example, one Shruti says that the absolute truth has no hands, no legs, and no eyes. But we understand that in same Shrutis where it says it does everything, travels everywhere, and hears everything. The pure understanding of this statement is that it doesn't have material hands, legs, limbs, and so on, as conditioned souls do. His form is transcendental, meaning that it is beyond the 24 elements of material nature and purely spiritual. By the cultivation of jnana, it will appear that impersonal Brahma is the supreme tattva. Here the subtlety is that jnana itself is material, meaning in the material world, whatever knowledge we acquire or whatever principle, siddhanta we establish, done by depending solely upon material attributes. Therefore, um, therefore, either that principle is material or by applying the process of negation of material, we conceive of a principle which is not, which is the opposite of gross matter. But by this method, one cannot achieve the factual supreme tattva. Negating, not like this, meaning not like this material thing. But it will not lead us to the spiritual, is far on beauty, compassion, love, mercy, and all that. So Jiva Goswami further, he says, he gives an example. The sun is a luminary which dispels the darkness of night, right? Sun is there, night time is, when it comes up, it dispels the darkness. Although the luminous quality is easily understood, the inner and outer workings of the sun planet, the difference which exists between individual particles of light and the specific distinguishing features of the innumerable atomic particles of light are all imperceptible to human eyes. Similarly, those who view the transcendent entity through the eyes of impersonal jnana are unable to perceive the Lord's divine personal attributes. So, by realization of the impersonal existential Brahma, one will attain only the state of merging into that Brahma. What else you can say? All merge. Then what happens? He is neither living or dead, okay? Like anesthesia. So, the inherent nature of the living entity is known as the self. The meaning of the words swabhava and adhyatma are swabhava is nature, we say. Adhyatma, transcendent. Transcendent. What is it mean? Yes. Swa means refers to Shuddha Atma or pure self, and the word bhava refers to ascertainment. So, ascertaining that individual, pure living entity as a unique individual, eternally related to Supreme, is known as Swabhava. That is Swabhava, our nature. Our nature is we are related to the Supreme. Our we have a uniqueness. When the Atma or self is made the principal subject of focus and thus given the power to act in its proper function, is known as Adhyatma, transcendental. What is transcendental? Huh? Acting on the principle of Atma, of self. That is our focus. So, now those who pursue the path of yoga, in the end arrive only at realization of the all-pervading Paramatma Tattva. They cannot attain realization of Shuddha Bhagavat Tattva. Paramatma, Ishvara, personal Vishnu, and so on are the objects of research in the yoga process. In this process, we find few elements of bhakti, but it is not Shuddha Bhakti. So generally, religious principles in this world which pass for Bhagavad Dharma are all merely yoga processes which strive for realization of the Paramatma future. We cannot expect that in the end all of them will ultimately lead us to Bhagavad Dharma. Because in the process of meditation, there are numerous obstacles before one finally realizes the absolute truth. You know, there are so many things can go wrong. In material world. The vehicle we're going should be working properly. Fuel must be there. The Google Map, and sometimes Google Map, it happens to me last month or something. I went to a wrong place. Like, Or if you fall into a ditch, you will not be surprising. You can strictly follow, So that is the danger. Also, it can lead to I am Brahma, Angoprasana. There is a maximum possibility of falling into the trap of impersonal spiritual jnana from yoga. There are so many yogis, famous, wow, international. They breathe very, deep breath. Oh, I can become Krishna. Sudama became Krishna. So this is the problem. Yoga. But in reality, yoga is actually doing service to the Lord. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi, Like I've told you, but maybe there are some few new people may not have understood. Yoga, Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. Right? Ashtanga Yoga. 8 limbs of yoga. Yama, Niyama has another 5 Upangas. Non-stealing, you cannot steal. You cannot tell lie. You have to read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. To do Ekasi, Chaturmasi, these are all within this Yama Niyama come. Asana, Yama Niyama Asana. 84 asanas. Vajrasana, for example, Sirsasana, you get it? Example. Now, when you do this, you get some strength, some good feeling. Why is that? Because you did Vajrasana, you know, you get some. Why is that? Because you are mimicking. Krishna is Yogeshwara. Krishna has, in some Leela or the other, is in Vajrasana or Sirsasana, like that. So, but whatever it does is eternal, okay? So when we are mimicking, it's like a famous actor may be there. And people are what generally people, common people, they try to mimic him. Oh, like this, like this, like this. Like this. By doing that, you think they will get the quality of that person? External. But Krishna doing this yoga asanas like this, that energy flows from him to us. Because we are trying to mimic him, you know. Then he get it? Asana. Pranayama. Pranayama meaning concentrating on the breath you take, right? So you become peaceful. Definitely this is everybody accepts. When you concentrate on your breath, going in or going out some part, you become peaceful. Why is that? That they cannot explain. Explanation is, see, who is breathing for us? It is not in our hand. If it is in your hand, suppose a phone call comes. Oh, I'm breathing in. I have to breathe out now. All these things we have to do, it is in our control. Then a phone call comes, then you say, Hare Krishna. Then we forget breathing. Then we are finished. What about sleep? What about when you are given, vaccine, anesthesia? Still breathing is going on. Unless you cannot even breathe, then they might put artificial, machine to breathe or something. But generally, breathing is going on. Even though you are unconscious, is it not? Then who is breathing? Definitely not we. Because in unconsciousness, we don't know anything. We forget completely ours. But breathing is going on. So who is breathing? So it's Supreme Lord. So when we concentrate on Him, we are indirectly concentrating on Him. See, it is like this. Suppose we put a fire in some corner in the building, a room. We will tie up you on your eyes, completely covered with a band or something. You don't know what you want. If we take you to near fire, what happens? We feel more warmer, warmer, warmer. Isn't it? But we don't know what it is. Understand? We don't know, but we still feel warm, hot as we go nearby. More hot and hot. So same way, when we indirectly concentrating on the activity of Krishna, Yogeshwara, who is breathing for us, then we get the quality of him. What is that? Shanta, Shantakaram, Bhujagasayanam, Padmanabham, Vishwadharam, Gagana Sadrusham, Meghavarnam, Shubhangam, Lakshmikantam, Kamala Nayanam, Yogi Vidhyana Gamyam, Vande Vishnu Bhava Bhayaram, Sarvalokaikanatha. Bhagavatam tells this. Shantakaram is peaceful. First thing is quality. So when we are concentrated on him indirectly, we get the quality of his peacefulness. Suddenly we become peace. So everything, whatever we get, it is from him. directly, indirectly. No, we cannot help it. So indirectly concentrate and we get peacefulness. What will you expect by directly concentrating on him? By chanting his name directly. You can see the thing. Big difference. So asana, prana, pratyahara like that. Each individual senses engaging in his service, bringing them towards in his service. Pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, dharana, dhyana. Then all these senses. Then some are easily going into doing service to him. That's why the Siddhanta or Paramatma Darshan cannot be called Shuddha Bhakti. So, like, so the Brahman Paramatma is incomplete. The complete absolute truth related exclusively through the process of bhakti is called Bhagavan. In Bhakti Sandarbha, the characteristic of Bhagavad Tattva is described as Paripurna Sarva Shakti Vishishta Bhagavan iti. Paripurna, complete. Paripurna, there is nothing beyond. Sarva Shakti Vishishta Bhagavan iti. Complete absolute truth, endowed with all transcendental potencies, is called Bhagavan. Complete absolute truth, not part. Complete absolute, endowed with all transcendental potencies, is called Bhagavan. After the creation of the universe, Bhagavan entered it through his partial expansions as the Paramatma. See? Creation, he entered them. Or as Garbhodaka Sai is situated as the super soul of the complete universe. Virat Antaryami. And as Kshirodaka Sai is situated as the super soul in the heart of the living entities. Again, in direct distinction from the manifested material worlds, Bhagavan appears as the impersonal Brahma Swarupa Tattva. Hence, Bhagavan is the original Tattva and is the supreme absolute truth. His Swarupa Vigraha or intrinsic form is transcendental. The complete spiritual bliss resides in him. His potencies are inconceivable and beyond any reasoning. So, he cannot be fathomed by any process fabricated by the knowledge of infinitesimal Jiva. By the influence of his inconceivable potency, the entire universe and all the living entities residing within it have manifested. Jivas manifesting from the Tatastha Shakti or marginal potency of Bhagavan become successful only by following the dharma of engaging exclusively in his loving transcendental service. Then by the practice of Nama Bhajan, one can realize through one's transcendental eyes the unparalleled beauty of Bhagavan. The process of Jnana and Yoga are incapable of approaching Bhagavan. By combining Bhagavad Tattva with Jnana, the Tattva appears as the formless and effulgent impersonal Brahma. And if he is seen through the yoga process, he appears as Paramatma, invested within the material creation. Bhakti is supremely pure. It is very painful for Bhakti Devi, the personification of Bhakti, to see the Supreme Personality in his lesser manifestations. If she sees this anywhere, she cannot tolerate it. So, now, so this is the process will continue. Is there any questions today?
Yes, Gurudev, I'll just
Yeah,
present now.
okay. Now, if the essence of all religions is to awaken the love for God, why should Vaishnavism be considered the best one? Okay, I think there are two questions, three questions. Huh? I feel lost and following rules and regulations. Practicing bhakti doesn't motivate me anymore. What should I do? What if I feel resistance to growing spiritually? Now, uh, very interesting question. Okay, first is if the essence of all religions is to awaken the love for God, why should Vaishnavism be considered the best one? You know, in substance, love of God is there. But the actual practice or because like this is the book that's what we are talking about, you know. The Mishra Bhakti, you know, Jnana Mishra, you know, these are all not for the love of God we can see, you know. So how ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ತೋರಿಸ್ಬಿಡಿ ಇದು ಆರತಿಯ we can take evening ಆರತಿ ಗೌರ ಆರತಿ. So the essence of all religion is to awaken love for God, but all of them does not lead there. You know, take for example Bible. Love thy God with all your heart, with all your soul, all your, you know, I say, right? Then love thy neighbor. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not. So, but what about practice? Now, who is telling love thy father? If I want to love father, I should know his qualities, how he looks like, and all. Suppose if you want to love your child, no, I want to love your, I love my child. What does it mean? As soon as you think, you get the form, the baby, that relationship, right? How it born? Is it not? No, love thy father. You know, oh yeah, no form. Then, you know, how we can love? If you want to love, that means you must have a very attractive nature, form. See, one time what happened was, you know, Krishna going with his sakas, friends, and while going, someone has cultivated this, some kind of dal, okay? In Hindi we call it chana dal. Huh? I forget in English what it's called. Chana dal, okay? One kind of dal. It is growing, okay? Small, like this big, only this big. Half a feet, 1 feet. So when it is giving, apparently it's very tasty, raw form. It is, you take out little like a seed, pull it out and then eat it. Very tasty, greenish, soft, you know. So Krishna and his friends pulled out so many of them. And the owner lady, she was saw that. She came running. Wow, you guys. Yeah, pulling away my, you know, this chana, that is growing. Crop. This crop here destroying here. So they all ran away. Krishna also ran away, taking, and they carrying it, ran away, and they entered the deep forest. Okay, Gaharwan. This, we talked about it, I think. Comes in the Varsana when we visit Varsana. Goes there. Then this lady also followed. There, they are eating, right? Krishna is, friends are taking it out, like this, and then feeding Krishna, and they are feeding, they are happily thinking. Then this lady came. When she saw all these boys, became very angry. But when they saw Krishna, the beauty, the attraction, and all that, immediately that anger has gone. Immediately. And so much love came for her, within her heart. She forgot why he came. So there was something in his hand, the channa, the small, thing. She took it out from his hand and she started pulling each one, opening the seed, feeding Krishna. Very happily, very lovingly. But this happened. So you can see this is love of God, So naturally, but initially she came, oh, I should beat him up. These boys destroying my crop. But when she came, she felt completely transformed within no time. And she started feeding. So that shows actually the real owner. It is everything meant for his service, for his pleasure. When he's taking that, automatically she was satisfied. She blissed out, understand? She got so much happiness. And she herself started feeding him. You see? Because the beauty of Krishna attracts everybody, So, no doubt about it. Uh, it attracts, beauty beyond any. That is missing most of the world. Say, for example, you take any religion, very description of the qualities of Krishna. Even Narayan, that's what we are saying. Narayan, Narsingadev, of course, awe and reverence, but this kind of beauty, this activity of Krishna is unique. It's most complete. Narsingadev, Rama is complete, but most complete is worship of Krishna. So, now the love of God meaning is a different levels. Okay, this is totally okay for his place. Now, for example, I will give you another example. Suppose if mother feeds you, what happens? Yes, mommy, I love you. Because a baby comes and hungry is gone. If she gives food, he's happy. If he doesn't give, no, mommy is no good. I don't like her. I hate her. You see, you get it? You think that is pure, you know. So this is what it is, you know. The, see, here what happens here? She's coming and feeding Krishna. She's not asking Krishna, Krishna, you should feed me. We have taken this chana dal. We should, you know. When she is feeding, Krishna is feeling happiness, and immediately she felt happiness. More happiness than feeding herself. Understand? So this is the highest. Krishna will, you know, God will feed you. You know, that's why you say, oh my Lord, please ensure that I will have my bread and butter. Give me butter. Thank you for my bread and butter. See, whereas we take everything, whatever bread, if it is no eggs, no fish, you know, no sugar, okay, pure, or chapati, rotis, give it to Krishna. As he takes it, you will be more pleased than directly taking us. See? That means what? Try to understand this. We are subservient. As soon as he was satisfied, we were satisfied more. That means we have a relation. That is the highest relation. We are meant to serve him. See, only Vaishnavism, especially Gaudiya, gives this knowledge. That's why it's the topmost. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why our goal is, that's why this Uttama Bhakti, with all words, mind, or spiritual feelings, everything, unbroken way, serving him for his pleasure. Then what? You will feel more, you know, more satisfied than directly serving yourself. Suppose you make a party, you call friends and all that. You cook for them. And all. So, don't you get some pleasure feeding others compared to feeding yourself? You can cook yourself, feed, how much you get, and then how much if you share that with others. Get it? You get more, definitely. But imagine serving the most supreme personality of Godhead. In this way, serving your few friends, family, you are serving few of them. By serving Supreme Personality of Godhead, you are serving everybody, whole world, the world. Understand? Then how much more satisfaction you will have? This knowledge only our Vaishnava, you know, Gaudiya Vaishnava gives that. That's why it's the best one. Others is incomplete. No. See, they say love thy neighbor, right? Right? Really, they are loving their neighbor. Suppose if there is a chicken in the next door, cow. No, no, no. Meant only Christian life. Love thy, does it say love thy Christian neighbor? Love thy human neighbor. Love thy neighbor, it says. But what about practice? What is preachers, everybody? No, no, Christian neighbor. That too, only Protestant neighbor, Protestant Christians. Right. Suppose. Huh?
तो ला के दो टीवी टेस्ट तुम कहीं सब्जी लेने के लिए
हाँ, आप जाके ना इनको इनका हाथ में नहीं देना.
नहीं
हाँ
इसमें
से
ताला मार रखा था,
वही इधर नहीं आएगा।
तो कुछ काम से उधर हूँ मैं, उधर से ये सब्जी के लिए जा रहे
ठीक है कर सकते
हैं।
कर सकते।
देख
हाँ
देख क्या
हाँ, मालूम है ना कौन है?
सर्कल बोल।
नहीं बट मालूम है ना कौन है?
हाँ मालूम
हाँ
है,
ठीक
वो मालूम,
ठीक है
मैं
ठीक
फोन कर
ठीक है ठीक।
उसके।
हाँ so I forgot what I said. The love thy neighbor, See, there are so many fractions within Christianity, right? Protestant, Mormon, so many things. Don't go to any other church. How many times I've heard? Okay, only this church. So it is dead. But unity, that's not it. But anyway, these are the things. Love thy neighbor, very clear. But who is going to explain that? It really means everyone. Dogs, trees. But cows, you are eating cow. No, cow is no soul. What? They don't have feeling. See, this is the thing, practice, because there is no Guru Parampara is not there. See, the scripture by itself is incomplete. There's a living scripture. Living scripture can explain the scripture. If it is missing, then what we can, what we will get it. Your view, is not clear, is not pure. Then you see only letters. But the subtle form of the letters, love thy neighbor. Yes. It includes Christians, humans, plants, trees, everything. That is missing. So what happens? It leads to incomplete and then. So where is love? If you don't have love, unless the love is for everyone, including our enemy. Understand? Including all the animals, everything. So it shows. So when they say awaken the love for God, all right, but God includes everyone. No, it's only humans. It's only Christians. No, this God is only for Christians. Then see this kind of thing. That's why universal Vaishnavism goes beyond. Look at Prahlad prayer of Prahlad. Oh Lord, let the auspiciousness will be there for the entire world, including America, South America, everybody. He wanted auspiciousness for his own father who was trying to kill him. People who, Haridas Thakur, oh Lord, please forgive them. Please bless them who are beating him. Understand? Bah. So, Vaishnava, have no hatred with anyone. So that's why the Vaishnavism is topmost. There is not highest, topmost, because they touch in all aspects complete. They take the whole thing. There is only one sun. Is there any? Oh no, Christian sun, Hindu sun, no, Muslim sun. No. Is there any planet Earth? Oh, is for Muslim? No. Is there any air we breathe? Oh no, this air is meant only for Christians. Understand? No, this vegetables is only for Christian. See, it's grown. Vegetables is Lord is providing for. So we made it very for our own sense gratification. For our, see, this is the thing. based on I and mine. Wherever I and mine comes in this, then it is finished. Only you and yours. No, if you say, no, you belong to me, you cannot, belong to anybody else. See, this is the, narrow mind. Vaishnava is a completely, it surpass it. It all encompassing, all encompassing. That's why it's the highest. Okay. Now I feel lost and following rules and regulations. Practicing bhakti doesn't motivate me anymore. What should I do? You should pray, ask forgiveness. These prayers we were saying, right? First thing is, before you go to bed or as soon as you get up, Ananta Koti Vaishnavajan, Ananta Koti Bhaktajan, Ananta Koti Rasikan, अनंत कोटि मेरे गुरु जन, मैं जन्म जन्म से आपके चरणों की धूल कण, मुझको ले लो अपनी शरण, मेरे मन के हटा दो भटकन, लगा दो मुझको कृष्ण चरण, लगा दो मुझको गौर चरण। यदि अपराध मुझसे बन गए आपके चरण अरविंद में, जाने किसी जन्म में और इसी जन्म में क्षमा करो मेरे गुरुजन, मैं वो आपकी चरण शरण। पापी हूँ, अपराधी हूँ, खोटा हूँ या अच्छा हूँ या बुरा हूँ, जैसा भी हूँ मैं तो आपका हूँ, मेरी वो निहारो, कृपा दृष्टि विस्तारो, ये मेरे प्राण निभालो अब तो अपनापन, मैं हूँ आपकी चरण शरण, ये मेरे जन्म जन्म के गुरु। अनंत कोटि अनलिमिटेड वैष्णवास, unlimited devotees, unlimited risikas, expert, among Gurujan. From life after life, I am at the drop, a dust at your lotus feet. Please take me under your shelter. See, why all these things? Because we are not under shelter of nobody. We have to come under a shelter of a right person. This is what we are saying, shelter. We have to take a shelter. For our physical thing, don't you take a shelter of a house? Tell me. Are you going to live 24 hours, 365 days on a road? Are you feeling happy? You have to take shelter of house or a hotel or, guest house, whatever, right? Resting. And the soul is also taking shelter of this body. For example, this material body now. Later on, we get a spiritual body, right? So, taking shelter of Lord. So, shelter, we are not independent. We are not supreme. Understand? Then why you feel lost? Suppose if you are supreme, you cannot be lost. Understand? So, rules and regulations is for our benefit. Suppose, can you eat whatever you want? Tell me. If you eat anything, all bad thing, what you will be sick, you will suffer more. Right? So regulation is there for our own happiness, the health of the body and the mind. So regulations is there. Suppose you don't sleep, what happens? You feel tired, then that will force you to sleep anyway, right? How long? Then you suppose 12 hours one day, then you start feeling sleepy. It forces us. That's why you regulate it. Okay? Not too much sleep, not too less. So these regulations is part. You go to work. Suppose, see, you go to a company, right? You are working in a company. Can you say, sir, I don't like the rules, regulations. I will come anytime I like. I will do whatever I like, and you must pay my salary. Not work like that. You go to college or high school. Sir, I will come any time. I will not tell when I will come. But you should all be there when I come. You think if the teacher says, I will come anytime I want, you think students should be there all the time waiting for the teacher? Tell me. There should be some pre-understood timetable, time, allotment, you understand? Mutual. Otherwise, it will not work. Without regulations, understand, nothing works in this world. You take any business, any establishment, anything. So same way, if you want spiritual things has to work, don't you want regulations? Tell me. By following the other regulation, what do you get? More suffering. By following spiritual regulations, you become happy. See, we have to understand one thing. If the soul is happy, the body will also be happy. No, body and the mind. If the mind is happy, suppose mind will be happy what? If you drink alcohol, then what happens? Tell me. Are you being happy? Your liver will be destroyed, right? When you're drunk, what happens? You may be run over by a bus. You don't know yourself where and how you have fallen. Now you can see. So, restrictions there, eating meat, it's putrefying, it is a sin. All those animals will be waiting for us to kill. See, no matter who you are, action and reaction equal and opposite. Science itself is telling you, is it not? So if we do commit violence on anybody, it is going to come back to us in some form or the other. So what is the spiritual regulations telling? Don't cause any violence by word, deed or anything, not even in your dream. So you think that's very bad. Of course, following that may be difficult, but if you try, pray, Lord, please send me, please help me to follow this, to please you, then things will come automatically, he will help you. The thing is, we have to ask, who protected Draupadi? You think his husbands? How many times Krishna protected? So, like that, he's the only one we can depend 100%. Understand? Can you depend on your government for your support? Tell me. See, one time I was in New York, okay, building a temple. This person came and rang a bell. I'm talking 91, 92 or something. Ring a bell. I opened. Immediately pushed me. And then I fall there. He went up on whatever he want to carry, then went up. Now I had a phone in my phone. I called police, he said. The police said, is anybody injured? Any gunshot? No, but he pushed me down. Then don't worry. Police didn't come. You see, this is the situation. This is my real experience. You cannot blame them. In New York, only thing is, but I cannot tell lie in a sense, sir, there was a gunshot. Then he will say, how much you got hurt? You see what I'm saying? So anyway, I did not, say like that. Then he took things and then ran away, Luckily, he didn't shoot me at it or, I may not be present here, So, like this, okay, nothing will help us, you know. If mobile has to work, the battery must be there, tower must be there, the other side must be there. Like I was telling you, if everybody takes the mobile, starts, calling somebody, think any call will go through? Not even one call will go through. Imagine. So our whole material setup is set up to fail when it required most. But Krishna is not like. We are tied up. Like I was the other day, if we are talking to anybody, we are not talking alone. We are talking to Krishna and he is talking to them, going through him. Hearing also coming through him. But we forget. No. Directly, Krishna is there in the medium. If you understand this, then you will never be unhappy. You'll be happy all the time. You'll be never separated from him. Imagine every activity that we are doing is through him. By his mercy it's happening. Which is true. You analyze yourself. That's why the Vaishnavism teaches this. And that's why it's the best. And rules and regulations is for our. Say there's one prayer about Krishna Tattva, Nam Tattva. It says, Sriman Nama Prabhur Tasya, Sriman Nama Prabhur Tasya, Murtirapi Ati Priyam, Vishwodihitam, Sukhopasyam, Sarasam, Tatsamanayi. It says, Oh Nama Prabhu, oh Lord, name of the Lord, name of Sri Krishna, name. You are very, very dear to Lord Krishna, the personality Lord Krishna. The names of Lord Krishna is very, very dear Lord. Why? Because the names of the Lord does auspiciousness to the whole world, brings auspicious to everybody. It makes them everybody happy. And then what? Hello, Hare Krishna. ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರಲ್ಲ ಆಯ್ತಾಯ್ತು ಆಯ್ತಾಯ್ತು ನಾನು ನಾಳೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಆಯ್ತಾಯ್ತು ಆಯ್ತು So then Sukhopasyam, meaning the worship of the Supreme Lord, the name of is Sukha, brings happiness. See, what is the worship? You don't need flowers, you don't need, like Dhoop, Deep, like that. The only thing we say, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. This is the worship of the Lord's name. Can anything be easier than this? Tell me. You don't have to travel. Okay, you don't need any vehicle. You don't need any food. You don't need any time to wait. You don't need to take a bath. Any situation, you say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Is completely satisfied. Imagine satisfying the Lord. You are satisfied. Understand? So you feel lost and rules and because we are not chanting properly. We are not chanting properly. Chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram. Then all the rules and regulations are followed. Okay. Okay. You chant all the time. That's it. Can it be anything, any easier than this? Tell me. To go to bathroom is so much, right? If you pass nature call or anything, you have to get up, go there. You don't, for chanting, you don't need to even take bath as soon as you get up. Oh, you cannot walk? All right, sitting on a chair. You cannot even sit down, then lie on down, lie on the bed. Say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram. Can it there any process easier than this? Tell me. Sukhopasyam, very happily, sukha, with happiness, you can follow this. No. So, sukhopasyam, sarasam, filled with everything, more than Krishna. That's why there is no equivalent to your name, thing like that. So, now, time is coming up. What if I feel resistance to growing spiritually? See, that means association, lack of association. Okay. Proper association. Okay. You have more of improper association, wrong association. Spiritually growing meaning what? See, are you going to stay in UKG, LKG all your life? Tell me. Can I go and sit in the UKG, LKG class? Everybody will laugh at me. You will so miserable. You understand? So we have to grow spiritually. Spiritually meaning what? Chanting, not physically. Chanting more all the time. Suppose if you are chanting 1 year ago, 1 mala or half an hour, now you should chant 1 hour, at least 31 minutes, or at least 30 minutes. Okay, same time. Maybe quality increased. Your attention is more. Something like that. Okay. The growth is, see, have you come across any tree, same level all the time? At least the leaf will fall, new one will come. You understand? Starts giving flower, fruit, gradually like that. And then it results and then dies. Okay, this is the process. First growth is there. But spiritual growth meaning is what? It will be keep growing. There is no death. Okay. The spiritually is growing, meaning there is not like material growing and then eventually we lose all strength and that. It is going to happen our body. Okay. Understand? So you have to compensate spiritually. See, even whether you like it or not, you think all our teeth is going to fall one day or the other, is it not? Our hearing is going to go down. Eyesight is going to go down, is it not? We can no longer run like the way before, is it not? Physically handicapped. It happens gradually. In other words, Krishna is going to take away. He has given all the strength, all the teeth properly, vision, movement, strong, all this. Then gradually he takes them away. Because he has given only for certain duration of time, for a specific purpose. That's why engage in chanting the name. Okay. Then you will not feel bad. Okay. Suppose if people get old, what happens? They put on so much makeup, right? Spending so much time trying to keep up. Is anybody successful in that? And all that cancer causing, what is that? I think in the makeup there is one material. What is it called? Chromium, or I forgot, something very cancerous causing thing. Makeup and all that. Body is already petrifying and still you want to paint. so much, eat, this. I mean, forget it. Okay. So we cannot stop. But if you grow spiritually stronger, attachment to Krishna, then this will not bother you. Understand? Otherwise, if the air gets white, oh, there's so much thinking, oh, I should make white, black. This painting, ordinary, and it is cancer causing, and then you don't feel good smelling, but still, no, I look young. What young? Understand? So, so that's why, see, the best answer, best solution is having love for Krishna, chanting his name. You know, this world is, world of suffering. We cannot avoid it. Some fashion or the other. So, how to become free? One and only way is chant his name. By chanting, we are offering our consciousness to him. By that he is satisfied. And we say conscious. Hare Krishna. With all your thought, word, and deed. Don't listen to this, anything, because listening to anything else will not lead us to any happiness at all. It leads us into suffering. Only Krishna, his name will take us permanent, eternal happiness. So deliberate on it, And what rule is there to follow chant, name, anytime, So there cannot be any easier process than this. That's why we're all very fortunate in this age of Kali. It is special age, Danya Kali Yuga, most auspicious Kali Yuga. Easily by chanting name of Krishna. You'll get no matter, highest. So we thank Lord Krishna for his name especially. Nama Prabhu. And our acharyas who have brought this one out, Haridas Thakur, our own Gurudev, given this chanting. Why we do this? Highest bhakti. So, our time is up. We will end here. Please forgive me for the delay. I was traveling. This traffic, this, that, goes on and on. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.